There are some who really only want to drive around in cars and don't mind the traffic. Some really hate the traffic and prefer to go on public transportation like trains and stuff like that. But you know, it's really cramped. So what's the best middle ground if you value comfort? This is the solution. This is a Honda NSS 300. It's not a brand new product, but with the 2017 update, it is a fairly fresh update and it brings the heat to the highly competitive maxi-scooter market. So this is, as I mentioned, not a very new bike. It was actually first introduced a couple of years back, but in 2017, Bunsu Honda has introduced a new variant with a new colorway. But this bike basically remains the same, and it is a very comfortable way for you to commute in the city. But if you were to take this out into the open roads and you wanted to do long distances, yes, yet again, this bike is probably the bike for you. You see, because it's a very practical bike. When you say practical on a bike, it can only mean one thing. There are lots of places for you to store your stuff. So for example, you've got a box over here which is non-lockable. This box over here is lockable and can only be opened when the key is in the opener position. It's electronic lock, yeah. And then for the seat, it's actually a very big space, and literature has it that you can actually fit two full-size full-face helmets. Though I'm using a helmet with a peak, so that can't go in there. The actual real estate itself is fantastic. It's very, very roomy. You actually feel very comfortable in this bike, and the same can be said for the pillion rider. So it's practical and roomy in the sense that you can actually carry your stuff along with it. So the question is, how does it ride? Well, there are two parts to this answer. First is the performance, and then there's the rideability itself. Performance-wise, this bike comes with a 279cc liquid-cooled 4-valve single-cylinder engine, which puts out 25 horsepower and 26 Newton meters of torque, which is enough. Very, very adequate for a bike this size for you to use in the city. Is very, very adequate. And when you do give it the beans when you are out in the open road, the response is fairly quick also, so it's fairly responsive. Also, when you talk about the rideability, it is very flickable. The handling is fantastic. It's really, really superb, the handling for this bike. You feel very comfortable being on it because you don't feel like you are heaving a massive bulk around, and you don't feel like you are riding something that's very wide. The profile of the bike itself is very narrow, so you actually feel quite nimble on the bike. This is as compared to some of the competitors, you know, the Sims and all the other big scooters out there. This bike actually feels a little bit more compact. It's very comfortable, it's very nippy, and it's very, very easy to go around traffic on this bike with the amount of power and also with the profile of the bike. You know what features should be made mandatory across all bikes in the world? ABS. And luckily for us, this bike actually comes with ABS, and that's definitely a positive. You know what else is a positive? The braking system, because you've got Nissin cross-drilled hydraulic disc brake system front and back, and that gives you good stopping power. So you've got good stopping power, you've got good go power, and good practicality. What more can you ask for in a bike like this? Well, it's a little bit on the dear side because it's only 2 ringgit short of 31.5 grand, but you are, at the end of the day, getting a bike with a Honda nameplate on it, and that's definitely going to count for something. All right? See you later.